Okay, Gary. Everybody else. Okay, I looked at Ning. I looked at Blip TV. Okay, you need people. It's a critical mass thing. It's like if you need a certain amount of radioactive material, you got to get radioactive material together. You can't just say, "Well, I'm going to go to this better lab that just doesn't have any radioactive material." But goddamn, if I had radioactive material, that'd be a much better lab. It doesn't have it. Okay, and there's certain things missing. So it's got the people and it has a reply-oriented video logging interface. So what you do is keep posting at YouTube. We become part of the noisy underground until they permanently kick us, until they permanently enforce. We can continue to use this device. Now, when they clamp down enough that you can't do it, there'll be a lot more other people that can't do it. It'll be a lot more ripe to start up what we really need. Two steps to what we really need. One, we need a website like this with its own video technology, because I'd love to build one based on YouTube, but of course they'll still be at YouTube even though you view them through another site. They can be taken down and stuff. So you need a site that can actually gather YouTube to gather video to something more neutral like Google Videos, when you used to be able to use Google Videos to upload videos. Okay, so that's what we need. First step, a commercial thing based on a debate. So we could have the public debate and it has a principle and tries to do freedom of speech. Guarantee, once it gets business success, it will fuck us over again. And at that point, the next step after that is the goddamn government needs to run a website just like they run the internet. That is a baseline competitor of free speech. If other people give the same amount of free speech and bells and whistles, then boom, they make money. We all use private infrastructure. If they don't give us free speech and just bells and whistles, good riddance. All the plastic people go to commercial land. All the people that want to have the actual substantive debate go to the public site, and it has more of an official voice as a part of the structure of society. So here's what you do. You come back when they take down a video, everything like this, you do it. You don't argue too much. I mean, you argue, but you don't keep the video up and this kind of thing. If you have to and you don't know which of three videos, take them all down, whatever. And then what we do is that is when we upload these things to Blip TV and other kind of sites where we will have an archive of the things that they have censored. We can also then mark the things that they let their advertisers do. Okay, and between the two, over time, we get to use the facility where the people are, and we build up a case. If there really is one, we might find after looking at what they censored, it doesn't really matter. Now, for a second, I thought, hey, if Google Video still has Google Video, if Google still has Google Video, then this is maybe okay. Maybe we should just start uploading our stuff to Google Video. Somebody makes a site that knows how to upload and link them, and then Google Video never takes down the videos if they're not copyright violations. And then, lo and behold, evidently Google Video stopped allowing uploads. I could not find other people that really allow uploads. However, since video sites embed, we can write software. Actually, I mean, Gary has seen this. I have software that can read YouTube, find out all of the replies, and chart them all. You can vote on each one, and I could do this to work with another video site. And so if we had some site that took a neutral, we are carriers kind of attitude, then somebody else could create the content face, and in my case it would be, or our case, for taking part in the public debate, both philosophical and political like we do, but also everything else in the public debate, like even pinch hitter rules, sport, whatever. But a way to track these conversations when conversations have facts and figures and need to be fact checked and rebutted and this kind of thing is beneficial only in a subset of conversation, but it's the subset that we're involved in. So there you go. Now, with this kind of an approach, you can track what they do without spiting yourself. There are a million paradoxes of boycott. All right, let's just face that. I don't want to get into it right now, but that boycott, there's a million paradoxes of boycott, things interfering with boycott. It is much better to, I don't know what we should call it, but snarkcott or what is it? You're going to still be here. We're not going to stop using your product. We're just going to assert our right to go ahead and complain with how it's delivered and all the rest, regardless of, oh, but it's not properly, blah, blah, blah. We're telling you what we want, and until we can't, then we will. And when we can't, we still will somewhere else. And, as far as that goes, I think that's what it has to be. It's only fair that we should bitch and moan at Google before we go to our senators and say, senators, kick their ass, because fine, Google has private property. I'd rather ask Google to do it voluntarily. I will go to the political system and wait 30 years to fucking get what I want, or I could get it quick now. And they have to make the guess of whether 30 years of profit off of communication control is worth it, and all of that stuff. And usually the only way the regular person in society isn't totally screwed, each and every one, throughout their whole lifetime until they die, is in the sense in which they're patient. And in the long run, we will slowly kick their ass. And if you're patient, then you can see the progress and you can feel like you're winning. But hey, I like the Google is an evil thing. I think Google has been at times a really sterling company. They could do that now, and that would be great. Otherwise, yes, we're going to go to the government, and it's going to be, well, we're going to have to figure out, a bunch of rights are being violated, free speech rights, um, and people are saying we should violate property rights. So this is conflict of rights. Well, we're going to have to figure out how that goes. Make some practical thing based on what we think in our culture right now. It won't be perfect. 200 years from now, they have a different, hopefully better idea. But whatever, So it's your option to listen to the moaning. That's the Google. So this is also a reason that we could come here, use it while we can. Now, it's up to an individual activist whether they want to actually get arrested or the analog of arrested. Do you want to strike against your account? I'm not uploading any nude drawings. If I drew such a thing and I wanted to express myself, I might do it just like activists will sit in front of something or chain themselves to something where they know they're going to get arrested. It's a personal decision. Okay. On the other hand, in either case, you can take those videos that can't go to YouTube and you can put them somewhere else, and you can make a YouTube video that says, look, YouTube's so lame, I have to put this somewhere else. Like, you're not going to see it anyway, but they just want to be a pain in the ass. This works fine. So everybody, until you find a site that actually works as well as YouTube, sadly, I know we could trash it. The video player has always been good, and the video audio record has at least existed and goes in and out of being good, and there's a reply feature. The comments have always sucked. It's always buggy and weird, everything around the video player when they change it, and they can never seem to get it right or want to keep it a particular way. But these fundamental things for this video and vlogging and vlog replying system, those things all work pretty well enough that I don't know the competitor right now. Now, if you find a place that you can upload videos that has an attitude of we're a carrier, and unless legal enforcement makes us take it down, we won't take it down, well, that'd be great, and we could use that. I think ultimately only the government could provide such a thing without crazy liability risks. But if you find that, look, we'll make an application that uses it. But I'll tell you right now, I've been using Google Application Engine to do a lot of stuff, websites, web programs. It's too awesome to refuse. And I will use it, and it's Python code. I've got the Python code. But the more you use it, the more the Python code is specifically hooked to the way Google does things. On the other hand, I try to keep it general. The thing is, as you get mature, I used to be like, up, turn away. I see it's wrong where it's going. Now I've learned a little bit more of why they go into a war that can't be won. It's because, yeah, but we're going to make $70 billion in the meantime. We're okay with it being temporary. Okay, so I think that's still evil, but in terms of this other thing, I'm going to use Google App Engine. I used Microsoft. Okay, by the time Microsoft got really evil, other things sprouted up. So I'm hoping either that Google does it different or other things sprout up, And then there's evil companies like IBM that become practically white knights. They've spent billions of dollars on open source software that we all use now. Yeah, they were sort of forced into it by never winning in the traditional way. Microsoft came out, sort of did the quick and smart young, more IBM than IBM, and IBM forgot what IBM was kind of thing. And then IBM became pretty nimble for such a huge company. So who knows? Google might be evil, go evil, we get some options, and they see the error of their ways, and they're twice as good as before. You never know. So part of this is riding these waves, even though the wave is going to end. Right now, Google is giving away just a tremendous amount of stuff. I would totally want to do a debate site like this with YouTube, except for right now it looks a little pointless because you want to have free speech. I can't have YouTube taking videos down in a debate. That violates debates. This site I'm doing, there is no taking your shit down. You comment, you just commented for history. We're going to make a tape of it. We're going to put it on paper and carve it in some stones and throw them in the ocean.